Hi, my name's Coach Stevie, and I am the founder of NextPlay. Tonight is going to be a special TikTok live where I'm going to run a masterclass on mindset is a cheat code. A lot of players think mindset is some bullshit. They think that it's a word used for hippies, and mindset is truly the separator from you being a good player to becoming a great player. So what I'm going to cover in this topic is stuff you can use in a game or as a basketball player that is going to help you out 1,000 times. It's practical advice. It's worked for the 20 years I've been coaching, and I've ran it with multiple players at different levels from grassroots to pro level. So stay tuned. If you need to grab a notebook, but don't worry if not, because this is going to be recorded. But this is essential for you to watch, and it's something coaches don't really talk about in sessions. They always cover the tactical and technical parts, but sometimes they are the things that are not going to get you better. So, first things first, if you play basketball and you are watching, put a basketball in the comments below. If you've ever had a bad game and wanted the floor to swallow you up so you can hide, put a crying emoji in the comments. So tonight isn't one of them boring mindset talks. You know that, like that stuff, or believe in yourself and all that. That's all right to say, but how do you actually put it into practice? This is real stuff that helps you play better, even when you're having an absolute shocker. I'm going to put a poll in the chat, and I want you guys to interact with it. So let's have a look at polls. Okay, be honest, what ruins your game the most? I'm going to put a poll in the chat. All right, let me just set up the poll. Okay, I'm just setting up a poll. Don't know how you do a custom one, bear with me. I'm just trying to see how you do a custom poll. Okay, let me end that one. Manage poll. Okay, I'm not going to put a dancing poll out because I definitely don't dance on TikTok. Okay, so this poll is going to be need brutal honesty. Okay. Bear with me, I'm just nearly finishing up. Okay, so I've just put a poll up. I want you to be really honest with yourself. What ruins your game the most? Vote on the poll and let me know. Whilst we're doing that, I'm going to get these likes up. Okay, whilst we're doing that, I'm going to do some myth busting on mindset. First thing, mindset ain't about being confident all the time. If that was the case, no one would ever play sport again, because there's going to be many moments when you aren't confident, but you've still got to perform. Confidence comes after action, believe it or not before. You don't wait to feel confident to shoot. You shoot, and then confidence catches up when you get momentum. So, I want you to type next play in the comments, because that's the most important thing in basketball. And that was what this was created off, next play basketball. Miss a shot, next play. That's the mindset. You get cooked on defense, next play. Refs having a nightmare, next play. Then you move on. So I want to give you a proper reset you can use in games. Reset routines are very, very important, and I feel like they aren't taught a lot, especially from coaches. So it's called the next play reset. You've got a 5-second reset, and step 1 is you exhale hard, like you're steaming up on a mirror, and you say one word in your head. It could be a word that's meaningful to you, or you just say next. Step 3 is sprint. Even if it's fake effort, your brain follows your body, and that's something that you can control, your effort, which sets your mindset to have that reset routine. So I'll go over that again. It's called the 5-second next play reset. Step 1, exhale hard like you're steaming up a mirror. Step 2, say one word in your head, next. Step 3 is sprint. Even if it's fake effort, your brain follows your body. Your body leads your head, not the other way round. So if you ever find yourself having a dip of confidence or belief, then you just have to grind it out with effort and just continue and give it more effort and have that next play mentality. That is a 5-second reset I teach to some of my players in the next play program. And because it's a new year, I'm offering free trial sessions. So if any of you want to come down and check out what we do at our Skills Academy, then come down. We are not just a skills academy, we're a player development academy. We develop the whole player, and we don't just focus on skills, we focus on mindset, video analysis, building athleticism as well, and the essential things that the modern game requires. So, everybody watching, I want you to practice this. It's going to be difficult and feel a bit embarrassing, but it's something that you need to practice. So if you're watching, then I want you to take a deep breath. So let's do it now. I'll give you 5 seconds. Let's take a deep breath like we're steaming up a mirror. And also, whilst you're doing that, I want you to type your reset word that you're going to use in the chat. It could be next, it could be attack, it could be defend, whatever the game needs or whatever's personal towards you. Type it in the chat. So we've just covered reset routines and how you can, when you have a dip of confidence, how you can reset yourself to continue the game to perform to your highest level. The next thing I'm going to cover is dealing with fear and mistakes. Let's be honest, most players don't play bad because they're rubbish. They play bad because they're scared of messing up. Missed shots doesn't lose games. Passing up open shots definitely does. So I'll give you an example. When I was coaching in China, I had a player called Wingo. This player was a really, really skilled player. He was one of the top guys in his area, and in practice, he constantly excelled. He scored about 30 points in scrimmages. When this player would get in games and he would have a missing streak, his confidence would go down and he was really scared to take shots. And a couple of moments when he was scared to take shots, he actually lost us the game. So what I had to do with this player is teach him the reset routine. And it took weeks and weeks for him to learn, and he had to implement this in practice and practice it as a skill. Then when he finally got it, there was a game where he missed shots, and then he just carried on and he just excelled using this reset routine. And that was a player I coached in China named Wingo. So I've got a question for you. What's one thing you avoid in games? Drop a comment below and let me know. And then I'll read the answers out loud. So if you have just tuned in, what's one thing you avoid in games? Let me know in the comments. The next bit is controllable challenges. Here's the truth. You only control 3 things in basketball. The 3 controllables. Number 1 is your effort. Number 2 is your body language. And number 3 is your decision speed. Refs? Nah, you definitely don't control them, but I know you would like to. Teammates? Sometimes you can have an influence, but you can't really control them. Thanks for the like, guys. Appreciate it. Shots going in. You definitely can't control your shots going in. I mean, you can increase the odds by shooting more, but still, you're going to have defenders, you're going to have time, you're going to have pressure. So you definitely can't control the shots going in, but you can control the volume of shots that you take. Okay, so my task to you then about the controllables is drop a comment about one thing you can control in your next game. The examples would be sprint back, shoot with no hesitation, talk on defense. Drop a comment below and let me know what's one thing you can control next game. Confidence without faking it. Confidence ain't shouting, I'm him, before the tip. Confidence is doing the boring stuff when nobody's clapping. You don't need hype. Hype might get you going and might get you mentally locked in, but that's not where confidence comes from. You need standards. And standards come from the way you present yourself and the way you have a routine. So as soon as you're going in a game, you need a routine. You need a routine for warming up. You may need a ritual. You may need to wear the same pair of shoes. And you may need to do other stuff. Nice one for the likes, Dan. I've got some simple confidence rules. If you do the right thing enough times, your head shuts up on its own. So make sure you do a good job of doing the right thing enough times that your head shuts up and you don't have a dip in confidence. It's all in your preparation, and that's before the game, and that's in the trainings. That's where your confidence comes from. Okay, so if you are going to commit to this, it's a little bit cheesy, but I want you to type in the chat, I'm gonna be confident next game. I'm gonna be confident. Type it in the chat. So wrapping things up, if this has helped you even a bit, tap the screen and show some love. Share it with somebody else who might need it, a teammate as well, because basketball ultimately is meant to be fun. If you're not enjoying it enough, we need to sort your head out before your handles. And that's sometimes the true thing. Sort your head out before your handles. And remember, you're not your last shot. You're not your last performance. And you're not what people said you are. You are the person who you want to become with the right work. You're just always one next play away. So if you have found this useful and you're not following, follow for more lives, because I'm going to be covering different masterclasses on how you guys can improve as a player. And it's not just about bettering your handles. There's many other factors that you need to improve as a player. So I am running a free trial session at my Next Play Skills session, and I'm looking for more players who want to commit to their personal growth as a basketball player. We only accept really serious players. Now, you don't have to be a pro. You can be a beginner, and you can sign up. We do video analysis in the sessions whereby we record everything, and we allow players to have the full footage so they can create clips for themselves. Also in the sessions, we go TikTok live so players can get exposure, because exposure is really, really important. And social media is a massive platform whereby loads of people watch. So that coach or that team could see you in one of our sessions and they could recruit you just off that. And also, when you create clips for yourself, you can put them on your social media and you can connect with other coaches. And I am going to run a class on how you can set up your social media to get more exposure, because that's the thing a lot of players ask me about. And it's really, really important that you have a social media page as a basketball player these days, because if you look at the NCAA, a lot of people who get recruited in the NCAA Division I on scholarship have a massive following, and they get a lot of money because they have a massive following. So it's important you set up your social media page, because you want exposure, but you also want to build up a social media following so you're more valuable to any team. And I've seen a lot of players now who don't play in the NBA who earn more than NBA players. Look at Deontay Frigga. He was a Division III player. He never played NBA. He just did one-on-ones with people. Now he's got his own facility. He's got a massive social media following, and he runs events all over the world, and he makes millions and millions of dollars just off doing that. So if you ever think you can't make it at a pro level or make it as a basketball player, there are many routes you can make a living out of basketball, especially on social media. And I'm one of the only people on TikTok, as well as a couple of others who talk about this, because it's very, very real. There's even guys who can't play basketball who are absolutely trash, who still make money from basketball, and more than the average wage as well, millions and millions. So you can make it. So make sure you get that social media page set up. Anyway, I'm going off track. This was about mindset. So if you want to improve your mindset, you've got to control the controllables. You've got to develop a reset routine that I covered, the next play reset routine. And you've got to make sure that you maintain your confidence, and your confidence comes from your preparation. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, guys. I hope you found some value out of this. I'll create some clips. But if you aren't following, drop a follow, because I'm going to be running different masterclasses throughout the whole of this year on TikTok Live, as well as going live in my sessions and dropping some knowledge of player development stuff. I've got some really new stuff that I'm going to deliver as well in my sessions. So if you do want a free trial, then drop me a DM 2026 and I'll tell you more info about how you can get a free trial session.